beautiful audience. So I'll just not waste much of the time. I'll be quite quick enough. So I will just go through the agenda of today's webinar. So we will just explain, share the experience of us, how Access was started, and if anybody has to choose Access, why they have to choose Access, and how we are planning to build the community, and how are we going to help the candidates to land their first IT job, and what are the different courses we are offering, and testimonials and the portfolios of the previous students, and what are our future plans, and we will in the last we will take up the queries. So let me introduce myself. My name is Syed Ameen. I am a UI UX designer at Treflo. Earlier, I was in Gausia College of Engineering as an assistant professor for past 13 years. I have worked over there, and then I shifted my career from teaching to as a UI UX designer. Now I'm working in a startup company called as Treflo, and along with my teammates are Mr. Salman Khan. He is a senior software engineer at Udan, and Udan is a very unicorn startup in India, and they have raised billions of funds, and it's really a good company. And Mr. Tajammul Pasha, he's a senior software engineer as well in Acolyte Digital. Acolyte Digital is a multinational company, so he's a senior software engineer over there. And another my teammate is Karthik Tabjul. He is a finance head at Setu. Everybody might be aware of the Setu app. And lastly, we have got the Professor Ilyas KM. He's an assistant professor in Information and Science Department at Gausia College of Engineering. So I just wanted to share the experience with us and how we started. Myself, I was in Gausia College of Engineering, and Mr. Ilyas is still in Gausia College of Engineering. So Mr. Salman and Tajammul and Karthik, they were in a same company. The company name was Zeltmock. In those days, now they have everybody has changed their job, companies. So earlier these three people were in same company. So they had an internal discussion. They had a interview scheduled, and almost they have not selected. Almost 150 candidates were there for interview, but they were unable to select even one candidate because of lack of skills. So they had a CTO called as Prakash in their company. He was a Stanford graduate, and he was quite a good caliber person as well. So he had an internal discussion meeting with these guys. Okay, why we were unable to fetch a candidate, though we have interviewed almost more than 100 candidates. So these they had internal discussion over there, and the suggestions came that nowadays what is happening is the engineering the subjects what have been taught in engineering colleges are not par with the industry standards. So and candidates are not skilled enough, and they just complete their engineering, and they start looking for job as if and the thing is, and I always say that the in engineering colleges, the HTML what they are teaching and in the industry, the HTML what we are using are totally different. They are still using HTML6, where we have reached to HTML5. They are still in the basics of CSS, and we have reached the third version of the CSS. And Git and GitHub and GitLab, these are very important stuffs for a software engineer, where an engineering student doesn't know anything about GitLab or GitHub, anything. So the things are it's a very void actually, and there is no one to fill the gap, especially for tier 2 and tier 3 colleges. Tier 1 colleges are always at an advantage. Big MNC companies always prefer tier 1 colleges. They come over there and they fetch the candidates in hundreds. Infosys goes to big colleges like RV and Ramaiya, and they fetch 160 candidates at a time, and they take away, and they have got a very big campus in Mysore. There they train them for 6 months, and they fetch them. So, but the tier 2 colleges and tier 3 colleges, they are always at the loss. They are neither exposed with the actual industry standards, and they are not benefited at all. What these people came to us. We both were in Gausia College of Engineering. As you know, Gausia College of Engineering is a tier 2 college. So the team of Karthik and Prakash and Salman and Tajammul, all they came over there to us. So, and myself and Ilyas sir met them, and we had a discussion, and we had a session over in our college, and the response was very exuberant, I can say. It was really beautiful from the student side. So at that point of view, we came to understand that it is not the lack of talent what is hindering the success of this tier 2 and tier 3 colleges. It is actually the lack of opportunity. So what we thought was to provide that opportunity and industrial standards, and then we thought of how to sublime them. And then the big institutes came to our mind. So we can send our candidates to these institutes and those institutes. I don't want to name the institute names over here, but it happened, when we observed them, what was happening was the tutors over those so-called institutes, training institutes who promise big placements. The trainer themselves are not industry, a par with industry standards. So their institutes have prepared a syllabus for them, and they just they are not working anywhere. They don't know the work environment of the software industry and all, and they are just training. The training happens over there. 150 students, 200 students at a time they train. Whoever is interested, they get benefited, and whoever is not, they just they are again lost in the void. So what we thought was, so why not to curate a syllabus which is par with the industry standards. And then by this access initiative was started with we 5 people joined together, and we started an initiative called as access. We curated a syllabus which is very much par with the industry standards. So these are the things what we kept in mind. All courses are curated and crafted heavily, and we kept the student interest and the industry interest together, so that both should get benefited. Actually, the thing is, it is not we feel that landing an IT job is difficult. It is actually not. Companies are desperately looking for the candidates. I know, because I have shifted my career to software industry. I know, I have faced interviews and all. Companies are very much desperate to get the candidates, but unfortunately they are not getting that much of caliber what they actually need. So it is very much important that before a candidate completes his engineering, so it's a very sad truth that our youth, especially our community people, they enjoy the 4 years of engineering, and after the 4 years of engineering, they struggle as if like anything. They go to this institute, that institute. 6 months of almost 6 months of period they waste. Almost 6 months they waste. They go to some PGs and lakhs of rupees they spend, and then they will be landing a job, and it has become a normal for them. It is okay. It has to happen. Okay, after completion of engineering, the people have fed there in their mind that after till my engineering nothing will happen, and once I complete my engineering, then only I have got to go to training, and then I will be able to fetch a job. The mindset has already been set. We wanted to break the taboo. So that is why we introduced this syllabus. While the candidate is still in engineering or the BCA or MCA, whatever the courses are there, technical courses, so they can join them if they want to have their career in IT field. They can join this course while being in the course itself, and then before completion of their degree, they should be ready for the market. That was our whole plan. So this is how we built our community of professional people as well. I request Salman to take over from here, over here.
Assalamu alaikum. So yeah, so this is the idea behind the access, like how we studied the access, and like what we are doing, what are the courses we are like giving in the access. So yeah, how access helps to build a community of professionals. Like when you heard the term community, right? So the community is like a bunch of professionals, like a bunch of people who are joined together with one common goal. This is like a community. So in the access, how we are building the community of professionals is like, we're taking an example. When we started a first batch, there are only 2 to 3 students landed a job out of like 20 students. Remaining were not serious about their courses and all those things. Then we thought of like, okay, referring the candidates who are interested. Like around 4 to 5 students have landed job. after they landing the job, they reached out me and Tajammul that saying that there are like a number of openings in our company. Sir, if you want, we can refer these guys or these guys, and these are the opening position for testing development. So these are kind of a job openings. Then this is something which came to our mind that like if you're training the students in the access, we're not just only like giving them helping them to land their first job. Apart from that one, they are in a community like access community. They are keep on like having the discussion with us like regarding the problem statements, regarding the coding, or regarding the whatever the discussion, like if they want to choose the career in X company, is it good or not, either I need to go for MNC or a startups. These are the things they are keep on discussing with us. Apart from that one, they are happy to refer the uh, students from the access. So these guys are like very much interested to give back to the community. They're going and asking the HRs and other company CTOs, CEOs that these are the some of the my friends are there, they are well trained, and these are their portfolios, these are their resumes. So if you want, we can refer. There is something called access under which they got trained. All those things they are like keep on saying in the companies. So just in the first batch, we have the 4 member got placed. These 4 guys has referred like n number of students. From those 4 students, we around like 8 to 10 students are again got referred to the same companies. So like this is like something like we are building like a community of professionals, so that these 4 candidates is referred like around these 8 to 10 candidates. These 10 candidates will definitely like will be in keep in touch, and this is not a difficulty for like for especially the access team to refer to the candidates to the n number of companies. Initially we are referring the students from the which companies which are we are in contact. Now the students itself like they went to the companies and they are doing very well there. Their HRs are contacting us like the from the access team, I need a n number of students, or I need a this much of developers, there is a requirement for us MNC companies. There is a recent company called Retail Insight. They are like keep on mailing Tajammul and me that we need a students with good coding skills, please can you refer the students. So we are like we are referred the almost like who are there in our batch, but they're asking again. So then we said that like we don't have a candidates to refer now. We need a time of like around 2 to 3 months so that they are under training. So this is like how the community of like we are building in the access. Not only we are training the students, we are building the community of professionals. So once they land the job, they are keeping in touch with the access team. They are ready to give back to the access team like by referring the candidates, or by like helping them the students to land their job, or by like giving the moral support, by motivating them, by sharing their journeys and everything. So yeah, this is like how the access is helping the uh, professionals, or like how we are building the community of like engineers who are really like passionate about the job, passionate about the helping others. So the question is like everyone after engineering, everyone will think that like getting the job is very difficult. So some of them will go for higher studies. Like going for higher studies is like their own personal opinion. So everyone should study up to like everyone should have a like higher degree. It is not like after engineering we need to leave the engineering, like we need to go for an industry, or after MTech we need to leave. So as like many in the session Saifabrar says, right, as much as possible we need to like get the knowledge, we need to get a higher degrees. Like if you're engineering, like okay, MTech, after MTech, okay, PhD. But what in our mindset like we have is after completing the like engineering, right, very difficult to get the job. Some of them will what they will think is like okay, if I do MTech also I won't get a job, then go for a uh, other like a low level job like which doesn't suit for engineering. Especially they will go for an BPO. So they're just going for the BPO, they need a communication, they don't need an engineering degree or engineering certificate or something. And after like doing for 1 or 2 years, they quit the job, or like they will into the different fields, and they will blame the colleges, they blame the society, they blame the like the domain particularly. But I can say is that is not a case. There is a lack of skills in the students, especially as we are from like coming from the engineering college. We know that there is a lack of skills, and there is lack of enthusiasm or a passion towards the domain. Then these two things, then lack of opportunity. I agree, as Amin sir said, there is a lack of opportunity also. Because because we are in from type 3 and type 2, like type 2 and type 3 colleges, we won't get enough opportunities, and we won't get exposed to the enough technical knowledge. Why? Because like we were not into that kind of a environment where we get to know about the more about the conferences, attending the conferences, publishing the paper in the conferences, knowing the current industry tech stacks, and what are the open source libraries are there, how can we utilize to build our final year projects, all those things they don't know, and they don't want to know also, because they are like enjoying the life. As like students, they are like busy in enjoying and clearing the exams, all those things. So but in the engineering colleges, they need to have a one kind of a session, so that the student get exposed to the these kind of environment, these kind of activities. So that's the reason like we are going to the colleges, and we are doing a 1 or 2 day sessions, and we are telling them these are the opportunities and number of opportunities present. These are the technical libraries, or like technical stacks in the current industry is looking. If you're learning C++, okay, fine, but you need to be very good at those things. How can you get and more practice on that one? How can you attend the coding like coding hackathons, or whatever the boot camps like present, like how whatever the webinars present, how can we attend, how can you like get in contact with the industry peoples? All those things were not there in the like before in the engineering colleges. So what we have done is, like in Gausia college only, we did the sessions, we taught them the courses, we taught them the like open source contribution, how to do the open source contribution and everything. Many of them are doing the open source contribution, and they're getting the like hoodies and whatever there from the like communities. So this is like how in the access we are helping. After like once they get to know the current tech stack, right, and just they need an kind of a some kind of a catalyst, like we are act as a, like a catalyst. Just we motivate them, and we'll show them, we'll train them like what we wanted, what are the tech stack, what are the skills they need to learn. After that one, they have built the projects, they have built their portfolios. Like some of them voluntarily like started building the Amazon clone, Flipkart clone, and these are the things, the projects they are building. Once they get once they have a skills, they are like ready to build anything they what they want. So after that one, this just if they write a mail to the companies or HRs that this is my GitHub profile, this is my LinkedIn profile, these are my projects, they are getting the interview calls. Now many of the students are in final year, but they are getting the calls, they are doing a freelancing job. Third year students from the Gausia college who are like attended the access session are doing the freelancing job, and they are earning like per month some around 8K along with the studies. So and this is helps them to like realize about the tech industry also. And after like working their freelancing, they can decide they want to go for higher studies, and like based upon their requirement. So this is like the way we teach them, this is the way we are exposed to the environment, and this is the way in that situation, like in that environment, they will get to know more about the access, like more about the technical thing and all those things. So then there is no difficulty for them to land their first job. Definitely like it is very easy for them to land a job. Yeah, so these are the like recent students from 2020 batch, the 2020 graduates. These are the recent students who have graduated from like Gausia College especially, and they have got placed recently. So these are the and one guy was there here. I wanted to say like here, and there is a misconception that like if you're from CS only, we landed a job in IT. If you're mechanical and civil or some other, we won't get an opportunity. But if you see, right, the Mohammed Pasha, he's an also like civil engineer. Gufran, he's from another college, like JVIT college. He's a mechanical engineer. He went to the training access and he landed his first job. And Umer Ansari, he's from SJBIT, he's a civil engineer. But yeah, he is also like very keen to like very keen to learn the technical thing, as he is struggling to get the job. He was like for 1 year he was not getting the job in civil field, so he thought of like joining the access, and he learned something and he landed a job. And here also many the Irshad is there, right? He is also from civil engineering. And Faizan, he's an EC engineering. So yeah, these are the like different candidates from different domain, but they have took very seriously the course, and they're doing the assignments and everything. Yeah, these are the students we have like recently in the 2021 and 2020. These are like 2020 passed out, recently they have landed the job. But in spite of like pandemic, there is a lack of openings, still they are like able to get the job as a fresher, just because they have a skills, they have a dedication, they have a skills. So that's like I wanted to like tell you about the like recently graduate, like recently the students who have landed the job from the access. Like yeah, we have like courses offer under the access. We have like a different course. So as like we have just a bootstrapped company, not a I don't say a company, we are like a bootstrapped just a bootstrapped startup. So we wanted to like offer more courses under access in the future. But as of now, like whatever the courses we have, I would like to ask Tajammul like to give and brief about the courses which we have in like our access. Tajammul.
Thank you, Salman. Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure.
Yes. First of all, I'd like to take a moment to thank to Saif sir for facilitating this and organizing this. And so that was like a pretty good introduction about Access, why we started Access, and all those things which Sir Salman covered. Now coming to the courses offered, at Access we actually run we already have like three courses. We named it Access 101, 102, 103. But before going to courses, I would like to just tell a brief about I usually chose this
Sorry
courses,
to
this class.
Tajammul, excuse me, Tajammul.
uh,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but your voice is getting distorted.
I don't know, like just we are feeling this problem, or like everyone.
I think he is rejoining,
Sorry, we have also facing this problem.
disconnected and rejoined.
A minute, please.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm also facing this problem, sir.
Sure,
Voice
sure,
is
sure,
not
sure.
audible.
Please give us a minute.
I'm sorry, like I'm audible now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Better? Okay, yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, so I was saying like we have like three courses under the banner of Access. So those are like Access 101, 102, 103. So before going to actually showing like what are the courses and all those things, so yeah, whatever we have, the courses here are like completely related to web. Now, web in the sense we have like front-end technologies, back-end technologies, and mobile app development. But we are like staying in a banner of like in a web ecosystem. There's like a pretty huge reason for this. So people usually come to me and ask like, we have like this era is all about data science. This era is all about AI. Why you're not teaching Python? Why you're not teaching R programming language? Why you don't teach like Tableau, SQL? I just like tell them like one thing. So whatever the courses we are doing, we are like focusing these courses are like not clear, like still distortion. Is it for everyone? I'm getting like a
No,
message.
Tajamal, I think you're audible.
Acha, okay. The main question is, many people come and ask like why you're like teaching like web that is outdated, why you're not teaching Python, why you're not teaching this that. My thing is simple. So whatever we are doing here, we are like aiming for the people who wants to learn the skills here and should get a job as soon as possible. Now if you see the market trend, current market, if you see the current trends, current trend, how it looks like, you might see like on a paper, you might see like, okay, we have like a pretty good value on machine learning, AI, data science, and all those things. Even like you can consider like game development and all those things. But the problem with those fields specifically is it's not like you have like a pretty huge entry level barrier. What does it mean? Like basically, if you're like learning something, you need to at least dedicate like at least 1 year, 1.5 year to learn all the things. You need to learn a lot to get like a decent job, entry level job in data science, machine learning. Now that is kind of okay, but if you're seeing like if you're coming from like if you're a fresh grad, now that will kind of demotivate to you in a long run. So how people are looking here is you need to train for like 2 to 3 months. You should have that skills. I need to get a job. So we carefully analyzed this situation and we designed our courses. Okay, so even if you don't know anything, even if you don't know how to create a folder on a computer, you come to Access, you take like courses such as Access 101, which is like completely beginner. Even if you're coming from a mechanical engineering, civil engineering, if you want to transition your career from support job to a development job, so whatever it might be, people come into this. We have seen a lot of people. I can give you a number of examples in Access. We have like how many people got transformed their life from like a fresh grad to people who are working as a QA engineer, who are working as a network engineer, who are working as a other other jobs, and they have completely transformed their a career into development. Now this is happening because so when we say Access 101, we teach it in such a way that like they will be having the skills, they build the stuff, and the entry level barrier of whatever we are teaching is kind of pretty low. Now yeah, this is the Access 101 syllabus. So what we teach is, you can just see here, like we introduced them to how like internet works. This is a signature course. Why we say signature courses? Like most of the people we have already trained, or most of 200 to 250 people in this course, and like many of people are getting placed, and there are some of the people who are doing like freelance projects and all those things. Okay, people come this and they learn how internet works, how to write like web pages, how to deploy it, and how to build applications using web applications using modern front-end libraries such as React.js or Vue.js. Now we are teaching React.js because React.js has like a pretty huge demand. Even if you learn like React.js, right, it's like if you learn and build something, getting a job in React.js is not that tough. Okay, so we are like targeting this kind of thing. Okay, this is like one of the course, Access 101. Yeah, Salman, you can go to next slide. Yeah, so the second course which we offer is like Access 102. Here, like what we teach is we have one library known as React Native. React Native is used to build like a mobile app using a single code base. If you know JavaScript and if you know React, you can use JavaScript and React, and you can build mobile applications for Android as well as for iOS. So you have, just like you need to understand like how React and React Native works, then you can deploy to, and there is like a huge market like outside. You can just like go and Google, you can search in the Indeed.com or Naukri.com. You can see like how many jobs are opening. So this is what like the main focus of Access is. Today, whatever the job you have outside the market and the entry level barrier is low, we teach those kind of things here. Now tomorrow it might change. We also change. We'll just like scrap the complete course and we'll just rebuild based upon those technologies there tomorrow. Yeah, this is like one of the course. So this is where we teach like cross-platform mobile application development. Yes, Salman, you can go next.
Yeah, and I think there is no training center for React Native as of now, right, Tajammul? Like, there is
Yes,
no.
yes. Even in like in Karnataka or like in Bangalore, there no one teaches you React or React Native. You can just like search it. Like even like we are doing this React Native training for the corporates as well. We have done for one company, and it has like a pretty huge demand. But the problem is people doesn't know. They have created some sort of hype saying like, okay, Python, AI, data science. You just need to come across like come outside of that particular mind, and then you can see all these things. Okay, so this is like a slightly advanced course if you know like front-end engineering, or like like databases well, and if you want to build APIs to using the knowledge then you can take this course. So we teach how you can like architect complete DB, and how you can expose that DB using Node.js, which is like a JavaScript runtime, and how you can like build secure secure backend applications using Node.js, Express.js, and all those things. These are the three courses which we have currently, and we are like even we have a plan to introduce like a design course, which means might be looking in future. So we might call that as Access 104, where we teach like how to complete theory on like a design, and how you can design, how to create like a markups, mockups, and UI designing and all those stuff. Yeah, this bit about like courses on Access and why we have chosen like what we have chosen. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I would like to add one point here. So you see the market price, right? Like just if you go to I don't want to take the institute. That institute is in Bangalore. They are taking like around 40,000 rupees for complete full stack course, and the number of candidates there will for per batch is like around 400, and the students will go there and train there. And like after like there is for if the one company is coming, around 400 plus candidates will attend the drive, and they will select one or two candidates. And the benefit is for the company now, because in the around 400 students they will select the best. Definitely they will select the best. So and I can't say like remaining or a worst candidates. Yeah, they are maybe average candidates. Some of there are like who will become a best, but they won't get a like job or something. But in our Access, right, when they are in student, or like when they want to, like we have an online or offline courses also. Due to pandemic we moved completely online. So just like for 8K, and this is 8K is also like not a fixed. There is like condition of there are many like people from the MFRD like suggested that we need to be like give some concession. So we have given concession on this 8K also for like whatever the course we have offering, right? We are giving a concession depend upon their situations.
Based on the situations, we can always have flexibility over here. So if a person is really in need, so we can have EMIs or one or two installments, or if he is really desperate and even unable to pay even 6K, if he has a referral of Dr. Saif Saab, we can see towards more concession in this 8K as well.
Yeah. So yeah, like as we have said, right, like many students are like from graduated from the Access, and I just wanted to like show the some of the projects they have built and some of the works they have done and all those things like with the students. Just if we go here Access website, so like some of the students like their testimonials also is there here. They have given the feedback about us and everything. And just if you go to here profile like portfolios and everything, if you see the guys like he's in final year student, still he's like in final year, and he has built his online resume so now the way the resume is, right, the old resume era is gone now. Now IT people are not looking for the resumes now. In resumes like same mentioning our like percentage, all those things, they want something they have done, and they want something to be like need to showcase. So this is like now everyone needs an portfolios. So whenever you apply for a company, development company or any company, they will ask your portfolios. In the US and UK, we have seen we have some contacts. Some from many students are doing MS in US and UK. They are asking us to develop their portfolios. So what we are doing is like we are taking those portfolios and we are giving to our Access students to build their portfolios. So they're already they have started that every like the graduates should have their portfolios. So that's like here already our Access students are building their portfolios and they're adding whatever the work they have done, everything. And see, he's like candidates, and he has cloned the Amazon app, Amazon Prime app, like Amazon app UI, and he is built for using the React, like which we have taught them. But it at first, right, it looked like an Amazon only, but it is not an Amazon site. He has just copied like he has took the reference of Amazon app and he has built it by his own, and it is like a responsive also. We are training in such a way that the website and like web app should be like responsive, like how it should look like in mobile, tablet, all those things. So like these are the like different, like we have n number of students who have like built their portfolios and all those things. So he is like some of the other guys are there, like they have built many things. So this is also like one of our student like Haskip. So he has built his portfolio and he has add his resume also here. Like if you click on that one, we can download his resume. So like these are the things like which they have built once like attending the Access course, like how they are like passionate about the things and how they are like utilizing their skills to show like land their job. So yeah, like this is like some of the work like testimonials and portfolios like I wanted to show. Yeah, then yeah, future roadmap and future plans and roadmaps. Like as of now, we are like just talking about the development thing. Like what are the future plans and roadmaps we have? Like I think Amin sir is the better person to like explain you about the future plans and roadmap.
Thank you, Salman. So, as Tajammul has already spilled the beans, we are going to start and we are planning to introduce a UI UX design course. So, as everybody nowadays knows, that design is one of the most sorted out skills which the industry is looking for. So, I myself, know, being in 13 years of teaching, uh, recently I landed up myself in a startup company as a UI UX designer. So what the UI UX design does is we develop UI UX is the mind behind every product. If a product comes with its all beauty and it's if you like a product and it's all because of the mind and the work which has been put with the help of a UI UX designer. So it has got two parts. One is UX, one is UI. UX is user experience and UI is user interface. User experience ensures that the customer or the user should have minimum pain in using a app or a software, and user interface ensures that whatever app you are using or whatever website you are seeing, it should look beautiful. So that complete course we are planning to start. We are still in it's in development stage. And the next thing was another thing was the major major thing was what we had in our mind to place our candidates. That was one of our major concerns. So in order to ensure that so that the placements can be easily no, and flexible, and not only the candidates who are using access platform, but also others also has to use our facility. So we have planned and we have purchased a domain called as hireafresher.com. So this is our this is, there is no website of this. We have just purchased the domain, and we are working, this is our product, and we are working on it. And in this hireafresher.com, what will happen, whether he is from an access or he is not from an access, anybody will be able to avail the facility. Here what we are going to do is we are going to contact different companies, whoever are in our vicinity and our contact. So we are going to make an MOU with them, and we are going to tie up with them, so that if they need any candidate, they have to contact us first, and the candidates may use this facility, and they can with the help of us they can land the job. And just by here, it's not just like a naukri.com. When you come and onboard yourself on hireafresher.com, we personally review your resume. We see if we see that where the grooming has to be done. So it is not just I just completed the BE degree, I have just completed BCA degree, I know I want a job right now. So it will not do. And we will test what what are your skills are, and what are the best parts you have got, and where you need grooming. And after the grooming, we will direct you to those companies. So that is the MVP, MVP what we are providing, which other companies won't provide. Other companies, what you started onboard yourself, and there will be requirements, and they will be sending requirements, and you will be scheduled with an interview. And once you face the interview, you not only you fail. So that is not our motive over here. So once the person onboards himself over here, so we see their skill sets, and we test their skill set, we groom them, if necessary, wherever the grooming is required, we provide the grooming. And few sessions will be there where mock interviews will be conducted. Few sessions will be there where your resume will be checked, whether it is 3 to 4 pages resume. Really it will be frustrating, I know IT culture, nobody looks into 3 to 4 pages of resume. So all they need is what your skill set is, where you have studied your 10th standard, where you have studied your PUC. Nobody wants it actually. So with this hireafresher.com, we are planning to provide a good MVP. And if any colleges or wants to avail the facility, they can also onboard into this, and they can contact us. Even in a website, access website, we have provided a page. Here in a below pane, you can see that www.access.org.in. So here also you can, and if anybody colleges are there or any companies are there, if you want to avail the facility, they can easily go over there and they can register themselves, and they can get their candidates trained. We need a contact of all colleges, especially our community. We are planning to first target our community, and it is not just restricted to our community. We wanted to as they say, the God's grace is for everyone, because air is the basic necessity, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it common to everyone. So what we wanted was to stretch to the whole country. Okay, so in every state. So what we are right now we are planning is to enlist all the engineering colleges and the BCA colleges of all states, and let us have a word with everybody, and so that everyone can avail the facility. So this is our future plan over here. So now we are open to queries. If anybody has any query, myself and my team is available. So you can ask any questions. Now we are open to questions. And also we are planning to pitch this access program with the help of this access and hireafresher.com in Y Combinator. So that we can raise the fundings. If the fundings have been raised, then we can better reach to the masses in a better fashion. So as Salman has already said, we are bootstrap startup. So we whatever funds are there with us, we are self-sufficient with us. So we are looking for applying for Y Combinator, so that we can boost our the access program as well. So now, Saif Saab, that's all from us. We are open to questions now. So if anybody has any questions, we are ready to do the contacts. Anybody has any queries, they can always contact us. The first one is mine, the second one is of Salman's, and third one is of Tajammul's. And here you can anytime you can mail to us. You can contact us on LinkedIn. You can just add our names and you can just contact us on LinkedIn as well. So we will be happy to help as much as possible. So now over to Saif Saab. We are ready for queries.
Jazakallah, Ameen bhai. Okay, so we can now have some discussions and question answers from the audience.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Azam Sahab wants to ask. Yeah, please,
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Very good morning to everyone.
Salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
तो मेरा नाम मोहम्मद अब्दुल राहत हुसैन है, काकीनाडा आंध्र प्रदेश का रहने वाला हूँ सर. तो मेरी क्वेरी ये है कि ऑलरेडी आई कैरी एन एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ 4+ years and for the past 2 years I have been working as a customer support at Big Basket Hyderabad. So I have lived a very hard life, and that too I fall under a lower middle class family. But as per the earlier conversations and information which was given by our fellow speakers, they have told us like I was like pretty fed up with the job where I'm working now. So I'm in a desperate mood to change my work profile and my work which I'm doing now. And I have been always interested to get into software development, but unfortunately I couldn't. So is this the right time? I'm aged 26 years now. I have a pretty interest to get into that field. Is this the right time for me to get into that field?
What's your age once again?
26 years.
I am 35, sir.
No, you're already experienced, right, sir? Into
No,
this.
listen to me. I'm just wanted to clarify you. I was not in an IT field. I was in a teaching field, and that too, my domain was electrical engineering. Okay, so I was teaching electrical engineering, basic electrical, power system analysis. These were my subjects, core electrical subjects I used to teach. And then just last month, I landed my job in IT sector. So the beauty of IT sector is age is no bar. Age is no bar in IT sector. If you really have a passion, they always have a scope. So one thing what I have always seen is they need a basic technical degree, either engineering or BCA. This is the thing, it will be pretty much difficult for BCom and BA candidates to fetch a IT job as far as I have seen, because their basic criteria is they're also there, but very less. The basic thing is, if you have an engineering degree or BCA degree, it's very easy to, just by acquiring some skills, it will be easy for anybody to fetch an IT job. It's all about skills. Nowadays, nobody is looking for an age or, you are aged enough means you are matured enough. Nowadays, the kids of engineering colleges, because I know, trust me, I have seen engineering college students, they are not matured enough. So you are 26 means you are quite matured enough, and I feel that age is no bar. If you have really an enthusiasm and you really portray your skills in a better fashion, so I think definitely there is a scope. We have one candidate, I don't want to name him. He finished his engineering degree in 2012. In 2012 he finished his engineering degree, and for past 8 years he was doing his home business. And he was not at all interested in home business because of some family pressure. He was into his home business, and then he contacted Ilyas sir. So Ilyas sir guided him, and then he did his 4 months of course, and now he has, mashallah, landed up in an IT job, and he is, mashallah, very happy as well. So age is no bar as far as I think. So I hope you have answered the question.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate you have explained everything. So as far as my education background is concerned, sir, I have graduated from electrical and electronical engineering from Aditya Engineering College, affiliated to
Mashallah,
JNC
same as mine.
2016. Yes.
Mashallah, I am also electrical.
Yes, I have heard that. Really appreciate that. So fortunately, by the grace of Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, so one of my brothers shared me this. He added me into this group. So he told me like you will be receiving updates. Rahat, I have been asking him for support and all, because my father, they are like not proper educated. My family conditions are like not good. All we know. So yes.
Mashallah.
So I would
Thanks
request you. Yes.
Yeah.
I would I'll be wrapping up my question, sir. I would be requesting you, if there is like anything, I'd like to personally contact these numbers and I'll get more information. And I'm really in a desperate mood. I can give my best and learn, and I can change my future too.
Sure. You have our numbers. Mashallah, you can anytime contact us. And apart from working hours.
Yes, sir. Sure. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, sir. Next question anybody has?
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Alaikum salam.
This is Saif Ali Ansari.
Mashallah.
Sir, I am a mechanical engineer, 2017 passed out.
Mashallah.
But I want to make my career in IT industry.
Very nice.
Is this possible for me?
Definitely, dear. I think you have missed the presentation. We had few candidates who are mechanical and civil. They have fetched an IT job. And I must tell you that
I am from starting in the presentation. I saw that.
You were there. I know. You have not muted your video. Also, I saw you.
Oh, sorry.
So it's not difficult, dear. It's always possible, mashallah. It's nothing to worry until and unless you have got enthusiasm and you are keen to learn. See, the condition is whatever we teach, you have to be, on to it. Especially when we give the assignments and all. If you are really doing it, we will ensure that, inshallah, as far as our capacity is concerned, we will try to place you. Inshallah.
So is there any problem due to gap in my career?
Nothing. I told you, a guy was graduated in 2012 and he landed up last month. He landed up in IT job.
Okay.
We have our access. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Salim.
Yes,
so you said this would be a weekend course, right? So
yes.
What would be the timings, and would that be every Saturday?
Yeah. Thank you for the question. So the thing is, once the students registers for a particular batch, we make a WhatsApp group of them, and then we will discuss with them. So, and consensus will be taken. So one time will be decided. So normally, we take up from morning, because after that people will be having many works over there. So maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock, we will schedule the class. Because as early as possible, fresh mind, we will finish up wrap up of 3 hours of session, and then everybody is free to do the assignments, not to do their own work. We will give the assignments, so everybody will be engaged in the assignments.
7 to 9 is
normally 7 to 9 we take up the class. 7 to 10, 7 to 9, like that. Early morning. It's better for everyone.
Any other investment other than course fee?
Nothing. You should have a laptop and internet connection.
Okay, so there are no other tools required to.
Actually, the beauty of software and industry is open source contribution, OCC. Open source contribution is really beautiful. The people have generated beautiful softwares, and it is available for everybody to use. For example, VS Code we use for coding and all, it's free. Git and GitLab and GitHub, they are all free. So, and this is all designer developer needs. Not only in the course, even in industry, when you go, everybody uses VS Code, and it is free for everyone. So no other investment, no softwares to be purchased. All you need to have is an enthusiasm. I hope I have answered the question.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that.
If I think Tajammul is pasting the LinkedIn URL and Instagram URL in the chat. You can follow us in the LinkedIn and Instagram also for the updates about the next batch and next courses and everything.
Yeah, I request everybody to see the chats. Walaikum salam.
My name is Mariam Jamila, and I'm a BSc Mathematics graduate. And I have not, like you said that for the candidates who do not have any idea or good sound knowledge of coding and computer science, they have to go like follow the hierarchy, like access the 101, 102 in that way. So do I need to follow the steps in that way, or can I pick any course randomly, like 102 or 103, any course that I prefer or I feel like I'm good at it?
101 is the basic course.
Okay.
So if you are not, if those basics are not there with you, you will not be able to follow 102 and 103.
Okay. So So it is a prerequisite. We have to first go through the 101, then we have to choose 102, then we have to go in the step by step only.
It's not a prerequisite. If you don't have any prior knowledge, then these prerequisites will come into picture. If you already know HTML, if you already know CSS, JavaScript, and React, you can directly jump to 102. If you already know database, SQL, and all, you can directly jump to 103.
Another thing I wanted to add, I think this is a pretty good question. The thing is, yeah, so if you are from like different domain, if you don't have any computer knowledge, basically we have seen the students, they don't know how to create a folder on the desktop using the they don't know how to open the command prompt, and some of them don't know what are the settings they need to do. So they are not that much low level candidates will be there. So that's why we introduce this Access 101. We will teach them like the basics, right? What is website, what is web app, what is internet, what is IP address, what is network, and all those things. So it is better to always go, if they don't know or if they're not into the IT, better to they will start from this one. Another thing I wanted to say is see, in IT there is no front end development, there is no back end development. In the IT, right, after 1 year completion, we need to become a full stack developer. So in the IT, if they will land a job, all the candidates, they land a job as a front end developer, but they will definitely, the company will give an opportunity to become a full stack developer. They will forcefully or intentionally, they will ask them to start the back end also. But the core part of Access 101 is we teach them in such a basic way that JavaScript, if you are good at JavaScript front end course, Access 101, you will learn the JavaScript from the basics. Then you can easily your own you not take the you don't need to take the backend course. You can buy your own. You can go to the backend and you can learn the backend from the YouTube and everything. And yeah, another question I wanted to say is, yeah, many people will think that in the YouTube we have a lot of resources. In the why we wanted to join Access, I would like to add here, right? So everyone has internet, everyone has an resources, but they don't know how to follow. If you go to Udemy, right, there will be course on HTML, there will be course on CSS, but they don't know how to there will be different course on Git and GitHub. But what we are teaching is something apart from training. We will help them to build and deploy the products. They will understand complete front end, what is there, how to deploy the sites in AWS or other DigitalOcean, other platforms, what is domain, what is domain name servers, what is IPUI, all those things. So this is something, and we'll make them engaging, and we'll keep on giving the assignments, so they will be engaged and they will be consistent. So this is advantage of Access.
Hope we have answered the question.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And one more thing that I would like to ask is, as far as I know, in the field of IT, there are only two options: either fresher or experience. There is no space for the people who has had gap for some other reason. So you said that even though there are few students who are 2012 passed out and they have landed into a good job, how come they fill the gap?
Fresher in the sense, in the terms of experience in the particular domain. Fresher means they don't have an experience. If you have a gap of 8 years or 4 years and you are applying for the company, you are comes under a fresher only, because you are new to that particular domain. So they won't decide the fresher and experience based upon your age. They define they decided based upon the skill set. Fresher means they are new to the skill set, they didn't have any experience on any product or technology. Experience means, okay, he has a past 4 to 2 years experience in particular domain or technology. So it's if you are learning new, and you can and many students have we are giving the projects also, we have some code on technologies, we get some projects there, we'll give them to work on some projects, and we will, if they work for us for 1 year, we will also pay them, and they will get a 1 year experience from our company also.
Codon Technologies is a mother company of Access, actually, we can say. So that is a company, software company, in which projects will come. Service-based company, website, making website and mobile applications and all, we get the projects. So if any, we see that any Access candidate is really enthusiastic, so we fetch them and we give those projects as an internship. So after the completion of the project, we provide internship certificate also to them. And this internship is not that the engineering nowadays engineering students what they are taking by paying 3,000 rupees. It is not like that. It is we pay them to do the job. It's a with stipend we pay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Because as whenever we apply for the job, the first question is either fresher or experience. In case we say the fresher, they ask us what is the year of completion. Then when we say year of completion, they say no. I'm sorry for that. Is the answer that we get in most of the companies.
Yeah, basically MNCs was looking that
MNC
kind of
people do these things
because they have a criteria something. But India is because the India now this pandemic has affected, but still we are having the job. Everything is because of the startup ecosystem. So India is a lot of country of a
Just
startups.
in Bangalore, there are more than 4,000 startup companies.
So there are a lot of openings.
So there are definitely openings in startup. The MNC culture is what you have just said, but the startup culture is they only look for what skills you have. Now, I must add here, earlier days, when we were studying, so it is a common thing that, you have to first clear the technical round, then the GD round will come, and what was that, analytics round, aptitude will be there, all those things they have to pass. Nowadays, the startup engineering interview, what they will do is, they will give you the assignment, and they will leave you for 3 hours. After 3 hours, they will call you, and they will just check out what you have done. So this is how they are going to judge. Nowadays, your degree and all are just a piece of paper. Okay, I hope I have answered the question. Yes.
Yeah,
Next
sure.
question.
Thank you so much.
Next question, somebody was asking. No questions?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, I'm studying BCA final year.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a job in a IT field in programming language, in developing the programming language. So somebody suggests me that learn about cloud computing, DevOps. It is demanding now in IT industry.
Okay.
What is your suggestion, sir, about this?
Sir, if you want, I just want to answer this. If you are okay.
Yeah, Tajammul, go on.
Yes. So Ashraf, right? Ashraf Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashraf, that's what I was saying. So people say a lot of things. See, what happens is when you go and ask someone there are some buzzwords. Okay, we call this as a jargon. Jargon in the sense we call it as a technical terms. What happens is there is like a hype around. There is hype around AI. There is hype around DevOps. But I'm working in a IT industry from past 4 years. My experience is if you want to get into cloud, if you want to get into DevOps, you should be a good programmer. You should be good at development. Those people only go into cloud. Those people only go into DevOps. Now you might be directly doing certifications and going to what you call cloud applications such as DevOps engineer and all those things. But again, if you go there, you'll lack a lot of things. People just say. Now my simple thing is if you're getting some advice from someone, right, first just validate from whom you are getting the advice from. So if you're getting from advice from someone like the person who is working as a DevOps engineer from past 5 years, if he is telling you now DevOps is the right thing for fresher, then that checkbox is tick mark. That is fine. I don't have any. People usually come and they are doing something. Let's assume I'm doing development. I can't give you advice on business, right? That's completely wrong. I can say that okay, there is a huge demand in business, and in business you can earn a lot of crores of money. In development you can't do that. But I'm not the right person, right? Because I don't possess those skills. Correct? Business is not my. That's the reason. Just don't go through all those things. First, do your all the homework before going into a specific field. Usually what happens is some people say DevOps is good. People go and learn Jenkins. People go and learn Chef, Puppet. All these tools are like our DevOps. Okay, they will learn AWS certifications, but they don't know how to apply that. Once you learn, once you do the certification, what next? What you will do? Okay, let's assume you go and do a cloud practitioner certificate from AWS. Let's assume you're going and doing a solutions architect certificate. Next, what? See, if you want to learn skills, which skills should be transferable into making the money. Okay, if we are teaching you something, you should use those skills to earn the money. Okay, so now let's assume you're coming to our course, we are teaching you something. Now you can build a website to local businesses and get the money from them. Okay, learn these kind of skills. So as a fresher, that's what my advice is. People will say learn DevOps. It's easy. It's easy, man. Pretty easy to say, like, okay, learn AA, learn DevOps, learn ML. It's easy to say, but like going into that field is kind of, it's. I don't suggest like to go into full field as a fresher. Go into development. Then if you feel like Python, like if you feel like data science really attracts you, go into data science. For after 1 year, right, you can diverse to any of the field. If you DevOps after, but directly jumping on DevOps right out of the college, it doesn't make sense, because that's what like industry actually is going through. It's not like people, they don't care if you're like directly coming a developer, if you have done the certification. They, even if if you want to do some sort of write some scripts on the cloud and all those things, you should have some sort of experience in development. So this plays it goes hand in hand. Okay, so so just like don't do like that. Okay, so if someone says like do this, don't do that. Just validate, then decide. And what is the entry level barrier? The entry level barrier to get a job should be very low. Go into that field first, and once you are in, then you can do whatever you want. Hope I have answered this question.
Okay, thanks, sir. One question more, sir.
Yeah, please.
I have to join as a fresher in Java or C developer, sir. So as a fresher, how can I crack the interview according to this platform?
Okay, so yeah, if you are a fresher, now you have learned C and Java, right? So learning C and Java, anything you have built, like you have built any APIs?
No project.
So yeah, so the first thing is like you should have some projects to show them the engineering. See, learning Python is very easy. After learning the Python, you need to learn Django, Flash, something, right? Frameworks. Then only you can build something like the REST APIs or anything. Then only you can learn AI, ML, whatever you want. Like the thing is, whatever you learn, okay, fine. But apart from that one, you should have some project. And see, just if you have learned the programming, that is everything of syntaxes. So you can clear the round. That is not an. So generally the interview technical first round question will be like on like write a program to reverse a string, or in data structure and algorithms. These are the things. Apart from that one, what add more value is like projects. So if you learn Java, you need to learn Spring Boot. Learn Spring Boot. So see the how it works, what is like architecture and everything. So yeah, if you're learning all those things, so that is the like right why we have studied the access is like we have a lot of programming. Like we have a Java, we have a PHP, we have a C, we have C++, we have Python, we have like different we have Ruby, we have different programming language. Like if you learn the language, if you learn the backend language at the first, right, you need to learn any framework like Django. If you're learning Python, Django. If you're learning Ruby, Ruby on Rails, you need to learn. Then if you're learning Java, you need to learn Spring Boot. If you're learning JavaScript, you learn to learn Node.js. But after like learning these things, right, you will build the APIs. Okay. But what you will develop once you develop the APIs, right, it will be like a backend. What you will build in the front end, you should have a knowledge of front end, right? So that is the way we have started. We are asking the students to learn front end first, like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React or Angular, whatever. Then you whatever the language you are, right, Java, then you develop the APIs. You can like link the backend and the front end. You can build a complete project. The front end course is like not a difficult thing. HTML and CSS is very easy, but just it takes the time to get an expertise, especially in the CSS and JavaScript, right? It is like a if I say if there is no JavaScript means there is no browser, there is no front end. I agree about like backend technologies. I agree. Python is good in its different like it shines different domain. I agree. Java is good. The thing is, okay, you learn Python, you learn Java, you learn C, but you need to learn something in the front end side to show things. If you're okay learning C, C++, or we're building any desktop application itself, the UI should be there, right? So the UI thing you should know. Then only you can like link those things. And the other thing, as Tajammul said, right? We have a AI ML. First go to the development, then learn, and then you can do the machine learning, or you can do the artificial intelligence using the JavaScript also. You can. The thing is like why everyone is choosing Python is there is a lot of contribution, open source contribution, and like very simple to write and easy to understand, and very like the mathematic algorithms and computations are made the libraries like in the Python itself. So that's why they're like looking for that one. But if you learn the front end course, It is not that you should not learn Python. You can learn the Python, you can learn Django, and you can build the APIs. You can build whatever you want. The thing is, easy way to go is this is the way. This is the way we need to like go. Now me and Tajammul are in as a developers. Now we can learn the ML and we can go to the apply for ML jobs, machine learning, AI jobs. It is like up to us. So initially we need to go in such a way that one by one step we can go up in the like the technology or in other things. So we can't learn at a time all technologies. So better to start with the front end. It will take around 4 months. Then once you complete, you can learn Java and you can learn Spring Boot, you can learn Python, anything you want.
And I wanted to add over there, we are not against this AI, ML, and Python and all. It's just want the candidates to first land their job, and then they can swim. First, teach them the basic swimming skills, and then a person, if he wants to jump into the ocean, if he has the caliber, he can just cross the English Channel as well. But the thing is, first teach him how to swim in the pool, and then he himself will you are responsible for your career. And what our intention is, let the candidate let us build such an ecosystem in which at least he should land up an IT job, and then he can he can pursue his passion from that particular point. I hope we have answered the question.
Okay, thank you, sir.
See, the common misconception, some of the students are too much enthusiastic about the tech. Directly they start learning the ML. See, you need to have something, right? You should be a good expert in Python and all those things. Then go step by step.
So whatever career, what we suggest is, whatever career you want to choose, first do the complete homework and then take the step. That is a request from our side. You can always take MFIIT platform. We have got Zakir Bhai, who is cloud expert in cloud computing. Imran Bhai is there, and we have got cybersecurity experts such as Dr. Misbahuddin and Mr. Hidayat Khan Saab. We have got Python and IoT expert Dr. Saif Abrar is himself expert of it. So you can always use MFIIT platform to choose your career. So if you just contact Dr. Saif Saab, he will direct you whom you have got to ask the suggestion for. Maybe we are not a correct person to guide you on cloud computing or any other cybersecurity and all. So he will guide you to those particular people. So you can always use MFIIT platform for upgrading yourself.
I have one more question. Is this course is suitable only for graduates or graduate students, or can even students who are in high school or pre-universities can?
We don't prefer. It is. It's. I don't think that is. It's overburden for them. So let them. They are already burdened with the PUC and CET and all the things will be there. That to go to medical. Let them first choose. According to my, let them choose first. The career path, and just let them finish off. Then I think it will be better. Otherwise, it will be unnecessary burden. Anyhow, with the new education policy which is coming, the government has already proposed to start coding from 6th standard. So in future days, you will see the candidates will be learning coding in their high school also. So right now, doing it, I think it's not preferable. After PU, I think it's well and good for BSc Computer Science students, for BCA students, and for engineering students and all.
What's a group?
All right, thank you.
We have like just in the chat, we have just sent the invitation link for WhatsApp group. If anyone want to join the course, you can click on the link and join the group. WhatsApp group already we have created.
Hope I have answered the question.
We're planning to start a batch from June.
Okay. Anything else, Dr. Saif sir?
If someone wants to do all the courses, is there a way to fast track this course? Instead of spending 4 months each in each level 1, 2, 3, is there a way to fast track this course?
The question comes, what is the need of doing all the 3 courses at a stretch?
It's like they want to get into job immediately as soon as possible, right?
The first one is enough for getting an entry-level job, and then land up in a job, and then do the other courses. It is always preferable.
Okay.
Because more courses means more period of time. So more time means you are delayed by that much amount of time to land up in your job. So do basic get ready for yourself for a job, land up your job, and then pursue as much as courses you want.
Yes, like I want to
Someone
add
who's
one point.
switching to IT may not get a job with only 101, like level 1, right? So if someone wants to do all the 3 courses in 4 months or 6 months time and then get into job, do you have that option also available?
Tajammul, would you like to answer this?
Yeah. So this kind of requirement we even got like for from like 2 to 3 people. The problem is we want to do it like we. So basically, what we if we have like a requirement like this, so instead of going like on weekends, we can do classes like on in weekdays. So that's the only thing. But the problem is we don't have enough bandwidth on our team to do that. If we are doing, we might have like a plan to do in future. But if we do that, I will let you know. So as of now, since like the bandwidth is less, the instructors are like we have like only 3 to 4 instructors as of now. So it's kind of hard to manage all those things. But we do have like a plan in future to do that, to do weekdays classes. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Dr. Syed, sir?
Ji. So do we have any more questions from the audience? Yeah, I think
we'll wrap up the session.
Freelance opportunities.
Question, yeah.
Chat.
In the chat, there is one about freelance.
1 minute. Where is the chat?
Walaikum salam. Can you please tell me about something about freelance opportunities, especially for people from non-IT background? Like if you are from non-IT background, means what kind of freelancing, like in development or in other domains?
Your question should be specific, Mr. Imran. So otherwise we will not be able to. Are you a content creator or
content writer?
Will be there, or your audio actor? What is your specialty? If you just a specific question has been asked, and non-IT is really a vast. IT is a small junction, but non-IT is really it can be anything and everything. So if anybody wants to, I don't know how to answer it. So if the question was specific,
there are like a lot of freelancing
Upwork is there.
Upwork is there.
Upwork is a website in which they give a lot of opportunities for freelancing people, and also Fiverr is there. Fiverr is also a platform in which a lot of freelancing opportunities are provided. You can always look into your skills in those websites, and you can start your freelancing job. That is one way of starting a freelancing job. So once you have got quite enough work done, you can build your portfolio and you can promote yourself. In a digital marketing is always a platform to promote yourself, especially for freelancing people. Digital marketing always helps. So, but you have got to invest quite a good amount of money for digital marketing, because those people really charge a hefty amount. I hope I have answered the question. Azam has raised his hand. Do you have any question, Azam? Muhammad Azam.
No, he did it initially, I guess.
Acha.
Assalamu alaikum, Azam bhai. Sorry, Salman bhai. Salman bhai, I have this question. Sorry if my voice is not clear.
No, it's clear.
It's quite clear, dear.
Okay. So, like I have completed my BTech in 2016. I had so many backlogs, but I managed to clear them in 2017. And I have been working in operations. I have interest in cybersecurity. I have been preparing. Alhamdulillah, I was part of recent cybersecurity group, which was organized by MFIRD under the guidance of Sohail sir. So I have taken training on that as well. But as a fresher, it has like fresher into the IT, it has been difficult to get into a job or to apply. So like, is it as Tajammul sir bhai said, okay, if we get into programming in a basic level job and we get some experience into programming and we move into different fields like machine learning or cloud computing and all. So how would it be better for me to get into IT?
The first thing is I prefer you to consult Suhail sir and all and discuss the matter with you. Hidayat Khan Sahab is also there, and Suhail Bhai is also there. So first I request you to discuss your particular scenario with them. And just have a word with them so that if there are any opportunities, they can push you over there. The another thing is, how many projects you have done while in the cyber security, the course, what you have developed over there, what system,
I would suggest like if you learn the cyber security,
there are platforms. One minute. There are platforms where they provide cyber security opportunities. You know that you can register over there, and they will
Yeah,
let you hack the
bug
websites,
bounty.
and you can hack the website. Ethical hacking can be done, and you can just note down everything. You can submit the report, and that is a plus point for your portfolio. Those things, if you have done or not, I don't know anything about it. So because they are your trainers, I request first you to discuss with them, and then if you have any doubts regarding anything else, you can always have our contact. I think you already have our contacts. You can
Yeah,
anytime.
I'm in the group as well.
And I think Saif Saab would want to add something over here. Dr. Saif Saab?
Gee, so
Yeah, yeah.
is everything clear now, or still something is something more you
So
want?
a little bit clear. So when we were about to end our cybersecurity course, like
Right.
Khan Sahab said that in India we still do not have that boom for cybersecurity professionals.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever field we are working in right now, like most of the people were working in technologies in tech jobs, and they were at good positions. But like me, I have been working in operations, so I am not in the technical field.
Okay.
So like I want to step into the technical field, and I really want to do something. So but
Right.
as not being into the technical field, most of them were in technical, so for them it would be easy to move into cyber security, like by grabbing one of the certifications in their core field as well. Like if somebody is working in cloud, we have cloud security professionals in digital,
Right.
in machine learning, and on different fields we have different level of certifications to get into security fields.
Right.
Like I'm not in the IT, so I have a little of confusion, like what to do and how to go. I have also learned basic Python fundamentals from one of our suggested groups.
Okay. So that's good. So as we have been listening, that it's the skills that the companies are looking for. So first is which domain you want to go into. You have to finalize that, and then you have to build your skills in that, because companies hire you for your skills. They want to get their projects and their work done.
Yes,
And,
sir.
right. So that is why they're looking for those particular skills. You have to finalize your domain in which you want to work in, and then you have to acquire those skills, and then any company will hire you when they are confident that you can work and you can demonstrate those skills. So only doing a certification is just the start of it, but you have to demonstrate that you can make projects for that particular skill, and for that you have to do some projects on your own and make your CV or portfolio that shows that you are able to do such kind of work. Maybe you have to make your LinkedIn profile and highlight your projects that you have done for that particular skill. You make your GitHub profile and you put your projects over there if you want to go into development kind of a thing. So there are, so every one of us have to take these basic steps before approaching for any job, because they want to hire for your skills, and you should be able to deliver on those skills, right?
Yes.
So if you want to go into cybersecurity, well and good. So you develop your cybersecurity skills, and then you do some projects, and you highlight, you showcase those projects.
Mm-hmm.
So it will take time. It's not that
Yes, sir.
you do a certification and you get a job tomorrow.
So
Right?
for yes, sir,
You have
right.
to
I
be
agree with you.
practical about it.
Yeah.
Right. Then you learn from your certification, but then you have to also show that you can deliver what you have learned, and for that you have to do some projects on your own, and then highlight them on your profiles, whatever profile you are maintaining, and then you start appearing for the relevant interviews. And also you have to keep a check on what kind of openings are available, and which domain or which kind of job you want to go into, and you showcase and you develop your projects, or anyone of us develop the projects around that. So it's your learnings, it's your experience, it's your skills, everything together that the companies are looking for. So there are jobs in all kinds of fields. Even currently there are lots of jobs. If you go into any job portal, you will find jobs for all different kind of fields. It's up to us to finalize what destination we want to take, and then start preparing for that. So I would say it's a journey. You have to take that journey to reach that destination.
Yes.
Okay, so it's more from my experience, that it will take time and you have to prepare for it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
It was a nice lecture at the end, right?
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah.
So at the end, we wanted to conclude by saying last one thing. So we are looking for especially our community colleges contacts, like any professor, if you are in contact, or any teacher or professor from your previous engineering college, you can connect with them. And yeah, if you are from different states, maybe different things, like if you have any students in your near juniors, seniors, or in your relation, I wanted to, even engineering student, and this is, I think, better time for them to upskill. Anyhow, the lockdown is going, and everyone is at home, and yeah, they can upskill. So I would request each and every one of you to spread the words about the access, and it is our community program, especially to help to give back the community. And yeah, so Saif sir is doing a lot of support for us, especially for in arranging the webinars and everything. I would like to thank him. Jazakallah sir, and thanks for your support and motivation.
We all would like to thank you, the team, for taking out your time from your busy schedule and highlighting us this interesting thing. And thanks a lot to all the audience also for attending and making it a lively discussion. So inshallah, we'll keep on having such similar webinars every weekend. So I would like you to attend, also invite your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, etc., so that they can also upskill in particular domains. And if any one of you would also like to share your expertise, please feel free to reach any one of us so that we can schedule your webinar also. So with this, let us close, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.